But because Chris Paul did that bullshit with the skills competition last year, and so we didn't get to see Wemby shoot at all, because them niggas just fucking started throwing that shit for the time, and I was like, Wemby would be great for the 3-point contest. Are there
Chris Paul ain't retired. That nigga got banished to the he got banished to the other side.
Look, man, I would have.
That's a stain on his legacy. I'm sorry. That's a stain on his legacy.
What
Going
you
out the
saying?
way
Like
he
him
did?
getting kicked out the league?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
No,
Chris Paul too great for that to have happened. But that's on him
I
though.
think for it to happen the way it happened, for them to like do that to you in the middle of the season, like it ain't like you see players who maybe finish seasons out and don't come back, don't get re-signed and shit like that, or like even when you see like the shit that happened to Melo or a lot of other players who shit like that has happened too. But for niggas to dismiss you during the season, like you ain't even, they don't even feel like like they don't even feel strongly enough about you to say, all right, like we ain't gonna play you, but you gonna still be on the roster.
You
Or
can
they ain't even,
contribute to our young guys. You can mentor. You can play a
they
coach. Like they
Jeff T
nothing.
Jeff T then went on our 20 and said that like it was players they said you ain't even have to come to the game. They said Chandler Parsons ain't never even have to come to games. They ain't even fuck with you enough to say yeah, just stay at home, Chief.
Just stay home.
They said no, we don't want your stench in the organization.
So
Disrespecting a legend like that is crazy.
I'll say this much to defend my guy. I think it would be worse if it was a team who was more respected than the Clippers. Meaning, like, I think it would be like, because I think niggas will forget in like 5 to 6 years, and when he goes in the Hall of Fame, I think a lot of niggas will have forgotten because a lot of shit gets forgotten. But if it like, because if he was with, like, just for example, like if he was a Laker great and like the Lakers were cooking and they said, "Hey, nah, man, you gotta go," like that would be a bigger stain. Stuff like that'd be more memorable because that's a more iconic franchise, more notable. The Clippers, like, man, Clippers, y'all paying niggas illegally. Y'all got off to an ass start to the season. Y'all traded hard. Like, the Clippers aren't like the franchise where it's like, oh, that's going to be a forever stain kind of thing. And B, Chris didn't want to really go anywhere else, so he kind of boxed himself in because he just wanted to play in LA because that's where his family is. So it's not like he said to all 30 teams, or I guess 29 posted Clippers, like, oh, yeah, I'll come play for y'all. It was basically Clippers, Lakers. That was it. And so because neither of them wanted them, it was like, yeah, no. And
That's the problem.
When your last
It's worse that it's the Clippers though. If
because he's a legend there, but
no, if you,
because
it's
you
worse
call
because
them
they so
garbage organization.
dysfunctional. They
Yeah.
so dysfunctional that they felt like we don't even want you here. We'll let anybody be here.
You too
Like
dysfunctional for us.
for us.
but see though, but if you were functional, like I don't know, man, because I watched because he went on Melo's show and he was talking about it, and it's like if everything and everybody talks shit obviously after they split, and so who knows what's 100% true or not. But if it went down the way that he claims it did, it was kind of some snake shit by the Clippers, where they were like, look, they were losing. Chris was on their ass because that's the kind of player that he was, just like getting on y'all in practice, blah, blah, that kind of shit. And they said, hey, man, supposedly got a text message and an article about how great his leadership was, and them niggas cut him a week later. And Lawrence Frank said, I'm going to get you a meeting with Ty Lue, and y'all can talk it through. And then once Lawrence Frank released him, he's like, can I get that meeting with Ty Lue? He's like, nah, I can't let you have that. And kicked him out the building. And it's like,
but that's the problem. I think one problem is like you came into the season wanting to play. Talking about you just wanted to play in LA. You too old.
nah, he
You ain't
should have
LeBron.
retired a year ago.
Not even saying you should have retired. You shouldn't have came over there expecting like to have a real role. That's like if this your farewell tour, come over there and be like, yeah, let me get my little 15 minutes a game. Maybe y'all put me in the starting lineup. Let me play my little 15 minutes, say goodbye to everybody, and get up out of there. But
Why did Chris Paul think he was getting a farewell tour though? That's my confusion. Like, bro,
well, not a Kobe farewell tour, but like this, like
no, for sure.
If he was planning on this being his last season, like just get through the season, my nigga. Like what? You thought y'all was going to compete for a title?
But who's like
To that point,
wait, hold on. So one more thing now before you go, Tony, because that's the one thing. Like you came over there expecting to play like maybe a significant role or significant minutes. Like that's out, nigga. Then the second part is like like when you the old nigga in the locker room, like you ain't won no championships, you ain't like y'all had a little run as Lob City, and I mean you all time great point guard, but like they looking at you like nigga, who are you to get on niggas about not playing hard? Like say that shit for like Kawhi Leonard or somebody who done won championships, couple Finals MVPs or something. Like they
Not only
like that ain't your place.
Not only has he not won championships, but it's like Chris Paul has been the reason his teams have not won championships. Like he's been the reason his teams have not been to like won the finals or been to the finals in certain situations. And like Chris Paul, as he was a top 5 player in the league for a long time. He's a at worst, top 7 point guard of all time. He's an asshole. He's not likable. Like he's not a guy with a high approval rating amongst like fans and like popularity and shit like that. He was a great player, and he's for lack of better terms, like he's a less accomplished Isaiah Thomas, and nobody likes Isaiah Thomas.
That's a high ass bar. Like
that's my point, though. That's my point. So that he's a great player. Like that's my point. He's a great player, but Z had titles. You don't have titles. And if you don't have titles and you're not likable, your greatness can only take you but so far. As he learned, sadly, as he was passed around the Western Conference, and then this Clippers fiasco that ended bad.
I can't remember the. I'll go ahead, Justin.
I'd say so. There's 2 things here. His career is like it's just this really weird arc because there was a renaissance of Chris Paul. Again, Chris Paul was there the year OKC. Everybody thought was going to be the worst team in the league. He got them to the playoffs. Then he gets traded to Phoenix. Him, D-Book, they get to the finals. Obviously, the Rocket stuff was probably like the first time niggas probably thought, okay, it's over. But then he's got the OKC rebirth. He's got Phoenix. Like he has reestablished himself, but he's even as an older player, he is clearly valuable.
He played every game last year. He played all 82 last year.
But the problem with like when you're trying to do like a quote unquote farewell tour, yes, if you are not, and Chris is not one of these guys as much as I like him, if you are not truly in that like top 10 to 15 pantheon type of player, right? It's tough, especially if you're not truly connected like with one franchise. And I know he said like people say they want to say Chris Paul is a Clipper legend, fine. He obviously started his career in New Orleans, but he went to so many teams by the end of it. It's like you can debate on their placing in the all-time hierarchy, but this is, in my mind, comparable players. A nigga like Paul Pierce, if you want to debate him and Chris Paul where they stand, Pierce being essentially a lifelong Celtic, he could have got what he wanted at the end from Boston because he was so associated with one franchise. Versus Chris has now played for 10 teams, 9 teams by the end of it. Like New Orleans, LA.
That's not real math, Justin.
I was gonna say, hold on, like you got me counting.
New Orleans, LA. Then we go to Houston. From Houston, we go to OKC. From OKC, we go to Phoenix. Phoenix, we go to. Damn, you're closer to 10. My fault. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
You got Phoenix in there. You got Golden State in there.
Golden State's in there. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, the nigga got, like, it went by the end of it, and that's why when people kept saying, like, oh, what team is he remembered for? And I'm like, because again, it's different with Shaq, because Shaq is in that, like, top 10 to 15 pantheon. Like, you remember, like, Shaq as a Laker, like, these moments, championships, and 3.
But that's because, you got moments and a legacy, like, with another franchise. So, had he won the title with the Clippers, then it may be viewed a little differently.
1,000%.
Had he won that Phoenix title?
They won a title. Yeah.
Had you won that Phoenix title would have been crazy. That would have bumped him up a little bit, even if he wasn't the best player. Like winning Phoenix a title.
He just ran into like Giannis. Nigga, Giannis went for 50 in Game 7. Man, what the fuck was Chris supposed to do? Like Giannis went for fucking 50. Chris, look. You want to talk about Chris Paul being an asshole? If anybody, go back and watch that game. It's where you literally saw DeAndre Ayton check out from wanting to be in the NBA no more. Kwame Brown talking about he got yelled at by Kobe and Mike. Chris was chewing out DeAndre Ayton that whole fucking game. Like, nigga, can you do something? And no, he couldn't. So,
Yeah, man.
Drew put that nigga in jail.
like, so, but yeah, it was unfortunate end for Chris. Like, it just, again, all-time great.
And it's like it also get looked at differently, like when you getting traded like all over the place, like versus like just signing on your free will.
It's traded to Toronto, cut 2 days later. Like that's
because like you look at a nigga like James Harden and say, man, he didn't play for all these teams, but everywhere he go, he requests a trade. He say, yeah, get me the fuck up out of here.
And he hooped too.
Niggas ain't looking at James Harden and saying, yeah, we don't want you, let's trade you. He said, get me the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, no team's ever been like, let's get James Harden out of here. So James has always been the one like, get me out of here. And if y'all don't, I will gain 20 pounds tomorrow. I don't give a fuck.
All of a sudden, I don't know how to pass, shoot, step back.
James willing to like sabotage his career stats to leave places.
And still get paid for it. James Harden.
I mean, if you want to be a part of one of the coolest, most unique communities, don't forget to like and subscribe.